Greetings, everyone. That was the Nyabinge 2017 coronation song. That is beautiful. It sounds like angels. You all are my angels. My subscribers are my angels. Thank you for subscribing and becoming an angel, one of my angels. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking the video and all of that. We're going to get started with our verse of the day. I just sent my verse of the day to everyone that I love and care about. You get the verse of the day. So this is our verse of the day today.
Verse of the day.
Coming from
Verse.
Ephesians
Verse of the day.
4, chapter 2.
Verse. Verse of the day. Verse. Verse of the day.
That's a corny song, I know, but guess what? It's our intro for our verse of the day. And here we go. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Stop the jealousy. Stop the envy. Stop the misogyny. Stop the homophobia. Stop it. Bearing with one another in what? Love. Love. That's our first step, is stepping in love. Step in love. Okay? That is our verse of the day. Look how quick that was. Interpreting the verse of the day for yourself and how that can help you today with your relationships with yourself and with others. So let's move on over to our word of the day.
It's the word of the day. It's the word
of the day.
Of the day. It's the
word of the day.
Of the
Thanks
day.
for joining. You're just in time.
Word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day.
Word of the day. You're just in time. Thanks for joining, giving thanks every day. Every day, all day, we give thanks for everything, whether good, bad, ugly, we're giving thanks, right? So thanks for joining and thanks for liking the video. Thanks for tuning in. I am blessed, highly favored, and wonderfully made to be here today. And our word today is coming from, and thanks for liking the video. Our word today is brought to us by Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6. So Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6 is bringing in our word today. And our word today is wise mind. We're not dumb. We are in no way dumb. We're not going to be wise and dumb. We're wise mind. Our minds are wise. Okay? Hi, Jack and Jack. Hi. Mwah. Subscribe to this channel and become an angel. Once you subscribe to my channel, I look at you not as subscribers. I look at you as angels, my angels. We're building an army of angels to do good. Yes, we got a subscriber. Who did that? Let me shout out my subscriber. Jack and Jack? Mwah! Thank you, Jack and Jack, for subscribing. You have become an angel. Let's welcome Jack and Jack to our angel subscriber of giving thanks every day, all day. So you should have gotten Proverbs. Where am I? Proverbs. What screen am I looking? Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6. Okay, is ushering in our word today. Wise mind. Wise mind is discerning. It gives us an opportunity to discern people, places, things, and situations. Okay, so Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6 speaks of, guess who gives wise mind? Righteousness from above gives wise mind. From the mouth of righteousness, knowledge and standing firm gets the front row seat. Okay? So Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6. Listen, wise mind doesn't come from Fortnite video games. Wise mind doesn't come from outside. It comes from within. You have the power to discern people, places, and situations. You just have given up that power. Don't give up that power. Keep your power and use it to give you knowledge and standing firm in righteousness that is going to make you safe. Do you want to be safe? Well, guess what? Stand in righteousness. Stand in love. Don't fall in the mess. So, let's get our word today. Ready? Wise mind. I use divine wise mind to discern my best choices. Okay? I use wise mind to discern my best choices. Okay? So, here we go. The world can feel overwhelming, full of information and opinions to wade through and prioritize. When I feel bewildered, weighing my many options, I know that the time has come to turn within to commune with righteousness. That is the Most High, the Almighty of the universe. You may not believe in God, but guess what? God believes in you. So, in a time of contemplation, in where I can rest in the divine presence, I quiet my mind and assess my righteous gift of wise mind. It's a gift. What do you do with gifts? I gave someone a gift and they gave it away. Yeah. Be respectful of these gifts you have. You have gifts. You have many gifts. You might have a gift to play Fortnite, like Doja Cat. She's a Fortnite play. Maybe you have that gift. But your gift that you have is a righteous gift of wise mind. Your ability to discern what is best for you. Okay? Thanks for liking the video. Thank you for becoming an angel. All my subscribers on my channel, I don't call subscribers. I call you my angels. We're building an army of angels for goodness, mercy, love, forgiveness, righteousness. You're on that road. If you're jealous, if you got envy, if you want somebody's wife or husband or whatever, guess what? Stop it. Become an angel of righteousness. We have too many domestic violence situations. Who subscribed? Thank you for becoming an angel, Shorts. Thank you. You become an angel. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. We want 1,000 subscribers that will be angels. So remember, my subscribers are my angels. We're going to have 1,000 subscribers. When we do that, we're going to have a party. And this is going to be a righteous party. We're not getting naked. So, quiet your mind and access your righteous gift of wise mind. Your ability to discern what is best for you. What's best for you may not be best for someone else. Okay? What's best for you may not be accepted by other people. Okay? That's just how it is. I had a home birth. And everybody, go to the hospital. What are you doing? You're crazy. Go to the hospital. I said, I want a home birth. I'm going to do this. I'm putting my trust in the goodness of righteousness, and I'm going to have a home birth. Nobody came. My family didn't come to the home birth. Okay? No one came except for who was supposed to be there. So I received that and I had my home birth. It was successful. My daughter is 26 years old today and flourishing and thriving. So when you are making decisions, the best ones for you, it may not be accepted, but you still got to keep on keeping on. Okay? So in the place of tranquility and clarity, Remember those two words, tranquility and clarity. You're going to feel your heart open and your mind become clear, like clear as crystal. And spending precious moments in the silence. Like, let's listen to the silence. Resting in the presence of righteousness. That's God. That's Jah. That's Jehovah. That's most righteous of righteous. The triune God. Selassie is an Amharic word. Don't be afraid. It's an Amharic word that means Trinity, the power of the Trinity. So, resting in the presence of righteousness. When I return to activity, I can calmly weigh my options because you have communed with righteousness. So now you have a clearer mind. Your mind is clear. And when you return to anything that you're doing, you can calmly weigh your options and think about the information that's available to you and discern the best choice. Okay? The best choice. Someone left me a vicious voicemail a couple years ago. Really mean and nasty. And then they returned and told me to make the wise choice. Make a wise choice. However, people tell you to do things, but they themselves don't do it. You're telling me to make a wise choice, but you didn't make a wise choice. You left a vicious voicemail. You beat people up. The police is involved. Yeah. This woman who left me this voicemail, I lift her up in the name of Jesus. And that she will find tranquility and serenity in her life, to not be violent and not be hostile, making decisions in the calmness of the silence. Okay? That is when you make the best decisions, when you are in the calmness and the silence. Okay? Hi, Magic. How are you, my love? Thank you for subscribing. Did you subscribe? Subscribe to this channel, become one of my angels, and we will get the questions answered. So, returning to our word today, wise mind, brought to us by Proverbs 2:6. Guess what? Another subscriber, another angel. Mwah! Thank you so much, Magic. You are magic. You got the magic touch. Hi, how are you? I'm blessed, highly favored, and wonderfully made. I'm actually giving thanks. So, you calmly weigh your options and think about the information that's available to you, right? And discern the best choice. The best choice. Are you going to pick door number 1? Or are you going to pick door number 2? You already know what's in door number 1. You already know what's in door number 2. So which one are you going to pick? Okay? An inner nudge, a gut feeling, a simple knowing all tell me I am assessing my inner wise mind. When you got that gut feeling, guess what? You are accessing your inner wise mind. When you get that gut feeling, I had that gut feeling. Wait a minute. You're messing around with someone else? Whoa, I got that gut feeling. I felt it. I knew it. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? Then it was revealed. You can't start something with a lie. When you start something with a lie and you plant a lie, it's going to grow into aggression. It's going to grow into violence. It's going to grow into confusion. You got to start things out with truth. Righteousness, that's God. Put that in the mix and you will get a beautiful outcome, let me tell you. Okay? So, we got the verse today looking at bearing one another in love. And we have the word today, wise mind, knowing how to discern and knowing how to interpret God. God is love. God is righteousness. There's no other interpretation to have. Okay? When you hear a voice telling you to do something wrong, you know that's not God's voice. When you hear a voice telling you to do something right and you're like, you got too much pride to do it, guess what? You're fighting against righteousness. Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. Now, you know I have a Bible challenge. Every year we read the Bible, and every year I find something new about a story in the Bible. So we're in the book of what? Exodus. We're finishing up the book of Exodus. We actually, guess what? Today we're at the end of January. If you're on the Gregorian calendar, I'm actually on a 13-month calendar. I'm not on this calendar. But I use it because I teach in the US. And in the US, that's a calendar I need to use. Anyway, the end of this Gregorian month of January, okay, is ending. We're going into another month. And this another month in the US, they celebrate Black people and the historical impacts that were made by Black people in the month of February. That is the Valentine's month, right? Where people giving Valentines. Be my Valentine, whatever. What does that mean? Okay. Guess who gives wise mind? Righteousness, goodness, mercy, love. And from the mouth of righteousness comes knowledge and standing firm in righteousness. Okay. So in our Bible challenge, in the book of Exodus, let me get my Bible. Get your oh my goodness. Goodness. My I just got a new tripod, okay? And I have to reach over to get my Bible. As you know, I like pink. Pink is my color. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I just got this tripod. It's a new tripod I got. My son says, you just buying all these tripods and they don't work. And I'm like, whatever. But let's get to today's is what is today's date? The 30th. So we are up. My favorite. This is my favorite. Incident of the golden calf in the book of Exodus. We're reading the book of Exodus chapter. I need my reading light. The book of Exodus chapter 32 to 34. So we have a rebellious people. Rebellious people are happening. Rebellious folks. I don't know what's happening. So never look back unless you want to go that way. Never look back unless you want to go that way. Okay? So oftentimes people break up and they get back together because they want to make it better. But going back to something that you already know what that was like, people are very hard to change. They're not going to change, especially after 40 years old. You're set in your way. Unlike moi, I am changing every day. Even my son says, you were more this way then, and now you're this way then. Yeah, we grow. We're not going to stay the same the way we were unless we are afraid of change. And that's what has happened to people. They're afraid to change. People feel sex is, one way. sex is an intimate thing, okay? And it can be a powerful form of communication. However, giving your body to someone needs thought and discernment, according to Proverbs 2, verse 6, and Ephesians in our verse today. You know, be patient, be patient, bearing with one another in love. That is really important when we look at relationships, right? So, in our Bible challenge, we are talking about the golden calf. And the golden calf to me represents a Christmas tree. That's what the golden calf represents to me, a Christmas tree or adornment of of such. And I don't put Christmas trees up. I don't do that. I was in a relationship with someone who put a Christmas tree up when I had went on a business trip. And I like, wait a minute. Okay. I didn't get upset. I was like, okay. You know how I feel about that, but you still went ahead and did the opposite. And it shows you how important people put you or value you. They don't. They don't value you if they are doing the opposite of what you are about. You know what I mean? So this happened. I was away on a trip working, and the person I was with went and got a outdoor rug. It's an outdoor rug, a mat, an outdoor mat, and it said hello. Now, the person I'm with, no, I don't use that word. Hell is low. I don't want to go. But guess what? The person met someone else with that username. Hello there. So it was foreshadowing of what to come. You put up a Christmas tree. You know I don't like that. And I'm not for that. But you did it anyway. You know I don't use the word hello. But you got a mat on the ground outside our apartment that says hello. Hell is low. You're going to go to hell with that word. Miss me with that. So all of that was foreshadow of what to come. And the same person, hello there, left this vicious voicemail. Like, I mean, you have to hear it. I don't want to play it again, but it's vicious.
Hey, Carla, this is Keisha. I know your little petty ass gonna send some emails and just continue to be petty and disrespectful, but let me tell you this. Leave us the fuck alone, all right? Leave us alone.
This was in 2024. I got this voicemail. Now, I never knew the person I was with went with someone else and did this. That person who left that voicemail didn't know either. So, you ever heard, and my nieces said, you've been love bombed. It's a love bomb. So I I was like, okay, it seems like it for real. Love bombing is, according to AI, is a manipulative and emotionally abusive tactic where an individual, often a narcissist or abuser, overwhelmingly showers another person with excessive affection, attention, compliments, and gifts early in a relationship to gain power and control. The goal is to make the recipient feel special and quickly develop an intense emotional bond, making them dependent and lowering their defenses. So this love bombing is a thing. People do this, okay? Love bombing typically occurs in a cycle of 3 phases. Idealization phase, okay, devaluation phase, and discard phase. So the idealization phase is the bomber, the person I was with, makes grand gestures, insists the pair are soulmates, right? And this is what that girl who left that voicemail did to the person I was with. They focuses entirely on the new partner. This phase creates a too good to be true whirlwind romance that can feel exciting and validating, right? But often moves at an unnatural fast pace. It's like really fast. You get engaged. You ask the person to marry. You get engaged. All this happened, right? For me, I got an engagement ring. I got proposed to. This is the beginning of the love bombing, and then when I said, wait a minute, something ain't right, I need to break this and get you, the person went and met someone else intentionally, went online on a dating app and met someone else without telling me anything I didn't know. And then what? Married the person. So this idealization phase is the beginning of the love bombing. The second phase is devaluation. Once the victim is hooked and has let their guard down, the abuser changes their behavior, becoming demanding, critical, or distant. They may ignore boundaries, gaslight their partner, or become angry when the victim tries to spend time with friends or family. Okay? This is what happened to the person I was with, who did it to me, and it was done to them. But they married the person. Now they're legally tied to the person. Listen to the third phase. The third phase is a discard phase. When confronted about their behavior, or when the victim tries to set healthy boundaries or assert independence, the love bomber may refuse to take accountability and suddenly end the relationship. This leaves the victim confused, devalued, and often blaming themselves. This is what I blame myself, like, what did I do? Which can cause significant emotional distress and make them vulnerable to the bomber's return in the future. So what are the key signs of love bombing? And I know we're off into this other topic, but it goes hand in hand with Ephesians 4.2 that talks about bearing with one another in love, not bombing a person with the love, called love bombing. So what are the key signs of love bombing? Did I get another subscriber? My angels are building. I'm hearing I got another subscriber. Let me see who you are. Oh, I got another subscriber. Three subscribe. How are you, love? Thank you so much. I got subscribers. Mwah. I love you all so much. Oh my goodness. So what are the key signs of love bombing? Okay, while genuine affection in a new relationship can be intense, right? Love bombing is typically characterized by an underlying element of control and a disregard for boundaries. Red flags include, listen to the red flags, excessive flattery and gifts. Okay, receiving constant over-the-top compliments or expensive unwanted gifts early on can be a sign they are trying to create a sense of indebtedness. I gave this person a car with my credit, another car with my credit, and then a third car with my credit. 3 cars, okay? Rushing the relationship is another key sign of love bombing. The person pushes for a quick commitment using phrases like, I love you. Within weeks, they're telling you they love you within weeks. Or immediately making future plans like marriage or moving in together. That's another red flag. I wish I had read this before. That's a straight up red flag. Demanding constant attention. They want to be in continuous communication, nonstop texting or calling. This person was on the phone with me for hours and not speaking, and become upset or use guilt trips if you have other plans or don't respond immediately. This has happened to me, right? This is demanding constant attention. These are key signs of love bombing. Isolation tactics. They subtly or overtly try to limit your interactions with friends and family, aiming to become a sole source of your emotional support and validation. This is what happens. Isolation tactics. Okay. The person who left that voicemail, who my person left me for, this is what they did to them. They couldn't talk to family and friends. They isolated the person. Disrespect for boundaries. When you attempt to slow down the pace or establish personal limits, they may ignore them, become defensive, or act hurt, making you feel guilty for your needs. Okay? I wanted boundaries. Like, you can't have your whole family coming to live with us in a one-bedroom apartment. Like, for real now. My daughter's sleeping on the couch. What's happening? This is disrespect for boundaries. So inconsistency is one of the last key signs of love bombing. Inconsistency. The person's actions may not match their words. I said to them, I said, I feel like you're using me. They're like, no, I'm not using your words don't match what you're doing. And they may fluctuate rapidly between being intensely affectionate and being cold or distant. So, what to do if you suspect love bombing and the person who is love bombing is not a child of God? They are not patient. They're not bearing one another with love. They're not doing that. They're not following the presence of God. They're making golden calves in your house, putting up a Christmas tree. They're making golden calves. They're doing all these things that you don't like, right? What to do when you suspect love bombing? When you feel overwhelmed, uneasy, or like the relationship is moving too fast, trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. Set clear boundaries. Communicate your discomfort and establish clear limits on communication, time spent together, or future talk. A healthy partner will respect these boundaries. A love bomber will likely push back or ignore them. Remember that. Stay connected to your support system. Maintain contact with trusted friends and family who can offer an objective perspective and support. Okay? My children, I lost my son, my first birth, and my children that I have remaining are very protective of me. Okay? They saw me hurt. They saw me being love bombed. They saw this happening to me. So they're very protective. And my support system is them. That's my support system. Now, another thing to do when you suspect love bombing is seek professional help, which is what I did. I got a therapist. A therapist or counselor can help you process your feelings, identify unhealthy patterns, and develop a safety plan when needed. So my therapist said, what are you doing? What is happening? This person does not love or does not know how to love. We can't judge people and say they don't love you. They love you how they love you, but they don't know how to love because they were never taught that or they never saw healthy love. So we're out of time. This has been good. Our word of the day, Wisemind, and our verse today from Ephesians about being completely humble and gentle is part of what I'm talking about with this love bombing. Okay? So thank you so much for joining. And remember, stand in love. Don't fall in it because it can be messy. It can be a love bomb. Okay? So love bombing is a thing. It's a serious thing and you need to be aware of it. It's manipulative. It's emotionally abusive tactic where an individual is usually a narcissist or abuser overwhelmingly showers another person with excessive affection, attention, compliments, okay, and gifts early in a relationship to gain power and control. So take out all of that, and love each other without all of the affection, attention, compliments, and gifts. Stop it. Just be real. Stop being manipulative. Stop doing that. As you can tell from the voicemail, the vicious voicemail, that person is manipulative and that person is narcissistic and abusive. Okay, you can tell from the voicemail, the voice message. So, yeah, have a blessed day. Read Exodus chapter 32 to 34. It might give you some insight and discernment on what you're doing every December 25th. You're putting up a Christmas tree. Check out Exodus 32:34 about Moses dashes these 10 commandments because he was so pissed off that the people were down there building a Christmas tree or a golden calf. It was at that time. So we have calf worship or worshiping an idol of any kind was expressly forbidden in God's law. Yet more than once in Israel history, worshiping a golden calf spelled destruction for the people. Destruction. So instead of putting up a Christmas tree, why don't you use your hands and make gifts like this? Like this. Why don't you make something instead of buying something? Make something. One of my angel subscribers, I will mail one of these to you. I'm going to be doing a raffle soon for my subscribers. So you got to stay tuned and you got to be locked in to this channel. You got to subscribe so you can get the tea and get the notification of when I'm live, because look, I share a lot of stuff and sometimes people are upset at me for sharing my truth and what I have been through. I've been through things and I'm going to talk about it, whether you like it or not. Have a blessed day, everybody. Stand in love. Do not fall in it. And chant up some bingy fire, because guess what? Babylon has fallen. Babylon has fallen. And it's up to the remaining folks who are here to pick up themselves, not the pieces of Babylon. Pick up yourself. Pick yourself up and fight on with the righteous fight. Take good care. Remember, stand in love, don't fall in it, because you can be love bombed. Love you all.